Buongiorno, my dear. Happy new moon coming up, US. I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day today. Today is the 6th of December. It's the Wednesday before the new moon that we have coming up in Sagittarius, and it's really activating you. So I'm doing the reading today, but we're going to talk about kind of the natal placements that we have going on and a little bit of what we can look to manifest on this new moon, because it's happening in your storefront view of your life, my dear. So please click the link that I have below so you have this pulled up when you go through this. This grid right here that you see is the same as this right here. So I'm going to put down our natal placements and all of those exciting things. I have to say that there's a bit of a discrepancy on certain things on your birth times. The timing is the same, where we go off of the 4th of July, 1776 at 5:10 p.m. in Philadelphia, PA. But I have other charts that really have your ascendant at 12:21. The one I'm going off of has your ascendant at 11:23 of Sagittarius. This has your midhaven in Libra, and the one that I'm going off of has your midhaven in Virgo. So really, depending on which chart you super duper resonate with, go off of that one. But I lit some sage, as you can see, and it just kind of like went off. Like it went off. So I'm going to get started, and please follow along and comment below any questions that you have, my dear, because we're just going to talk about your natal placements first, and then we're going to deep dive into how you're being affected right now. So I have this, and this is the same thing. So we have our first house that starts right over here, which is in the sign of Sagittarius. It goes all the way around to our 12th house that is in the sign of Scorpio. We're going to put down our sun at 13 degrees of Cancer. That's at the very, very, very end of our house of relationships. Very, very, very at the very end of our house of relationships. The last degree, as you can see. It's like right there. So Sarah, what does that mean? That although everyone sees you as this centaur, this horse being, this confident, wonderful, beautiful, blessed being that, you know, can run and jump and skip and play and optimistic, that's run by Jupiter, your actual egoic self is relationship based. It's very emotional. It's, you know, more, I want to say mission driven than anything, but it's just really fascinating. It's really, really fascinating. And we have our moon in the sign of Aquarius down over here in our third house of communication, language, early learning, and short trips. And as you can see, something that I always find fascinating is this, on the general wheel, you have your axis, the first house, the 7th house, and then see how the 3rd and 4th line, the IC, and the 9th and the 10th, the midhaven, the MC, straight up and down. But for you, and this is the roots of the tree of our life down here, this is a more public space. This is, again, relationships and where we want to do things on our own, the rising sign. And you see how the 3rd house actually makes up the base of the chart. So healthy communication is more safe for you than an actual physical structure. And quest and adventure, long distance travel, real, this is also spiritual practice, a more like big thinking, philosophical thinking is actually what you want to be known for, more so than what you really do for a legacy. You know what I mean? So I find that to be fascinating. So that's our big three, our sun, our moon, and our rising sign. So we identify with our relationships. It's kind of like in New England, it's like the 15-second introduction. It's like, oh, yes, I know the Kleinmans and blah, 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 and they're friends with my son and this thing, and he went to Harvard and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just, but in reality, you know a thing or two about a thing or two over here. With our moon being in the 3rd house, it can be a little bit like you like the tea, you like the gossip, you know a little bit about everybody, but you want to really kind of go your own way and be more of an individual. You know, the SAG is run by Jupiter. It's really, really a wonderful, like we're in SAG season right now. We're in SAG season. It's pretty cool. So as you can see, roots of the tree of our life, relationships, public life, doing things on our own. This is a public collaborative space that you feel more comfortable being on the public stage. You know, you've been the superpower of the entire planet for a long time. Long time. All right, Mercury, I believe, was retrograde when you were born. Yep, at 24 degrees of Cancer. So that's right over here in our 8th house of shared possessions. This is also where our natal north node is. Where is that? In our 8th house. Which means that the south node is in the 2nd house. North node and south node are always in perfect oppositions of each other. So your north node is in Leo, in your shared possessions. Big transformation is what you're here for. And releasing in the 2nd house in Aquarius. Ooh, interesting. You releasing the rigidity. Releasing rigidity. You know, we know because of your Pluto placement and things like that, because we just had your Pluto return, money is changing, wealth is changing, even what is money is changing. What is currency? I'll just put that down over here because that's definitely something that, you know, a human being will never go through. Human being will never go through what you're going through. So that's a powerful thing. It's a very, very powerful thing, that experience. I'll just put down the Chiron right over here in the 4th house of house, home, my pocket of the world. Safety is key in this capacity. And for that, honest to goodness, so the 4th house is run by Pisces, starts in Pisces, but it's actually pretty heavy in Aries. Do you see that? Where it starts in the last degree of Pisces. So house and home is like, no, we're doing this for the emotions. We're doing this for the, you know, power of the people, really freedom for everyone. And then the second you get what you need, you're just like, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. And we're going to be having our Chiron return as well. Chiron in the sky is at 15 degrees of Aries. It's retrograde. And your natal Chiron at 20 degrees of Aries. So I'm reckoning that that's going to be next year. 2024 is going to be a big year for you. I'm just going to put that right there. When it comes to Chiron returns, human beings usually have this placement happen around their 50th birthday, 50, 51. So it's kind of like that midlife crisis type thing. So we're having, you know, a complete breakdown of your empire and everything that you know about safety and money and resources. This is Pluto in the sky. Has already gone over your natal Pluto. Let me check. I want to make sure it looks good. Yeah, this is Pluto in the sky right now. This is Chiron in transit. So I utilize the paper planets, as you can see. Those never go anywhere. And these scoot around. So that's very exciting. Once Pluto gets to your natal moon, which won't be for another 20 or so odd years, that's your biggest awakening. Your biggest awakening. When Pluto deeply transforms your intuition, that's your biggest awakening. I had the conjunction of Pluto and Saturn in January of 2020. The start of the entire change of the world happened directly on top of my natal moon. My natal moon is in that exact same position. It's in a different sign and everything, but it's in the same place at the beginning of my 3rd house. So I get you, girl. I get you. All right, let's keep going with the natal planets because this one's a fun one. So when we have conjunctions mean we're talking about Venus and Jupiter. See how close they are together in the sky, in the sign of Cancer. It means that our relationships, we're lucky in our relationships, we're lucky in love, we're lucky in that capacity, and we're very charming, very, very charming. Looked at as very charming, we can be perceived as very sweet and innocent and all that jazz. It's just water today for us. I've had a lot of coffee and probably have a tea soon. Let's see. And our Mars is in Gemini. So the way that we assert ourselves is very verbal. We've got a verbal punch. And it can come across as, how do I say? When we tell someone we love them, I learned this term the other day, love bombing. We can love bomb in this capacity. That's an interesting thing. I just learned that. And then we are very lucky in what it is that we've acquired, I guess, for lack of a better term. And because we have so much activity in the 7th house, it can almost mean an obsession. It can mean we're very good with relationships, very good with other people. This is also the house of open enemies, where this is the mask we wear to the world, and this is seeing the universe or the God of our understanding in another. So that's fascinating. Oh, I'm dropping paper all over the place. Pardon me, pardon me, pardon me. Okie dokie. So our disciplinarian, our inner heavy hitter is Saturn, kind of our puppet time in the sky. So when we're not doing the things that we know we're meant to be doing, Saturn kind of comes to play. So this is in our 10th house of legacy, public life, and career, and it's in the sign of Libra. So although sometimes our intuition's the wrong word. Our interdisciplinarian can sometimes be really nice to us, and sometimes the son of a nutcracker. Sometimes it's like, no, you're great. You can lie. It's fine. Everything's okay. And then the next breath, it's like very much Smeagol Gollum. Like, no, lie. Get the job. It's all about legacy. And there's like, you're going to deal with this later with the Chiron return. It's like, no. It's totally okay. Everything's fine. Don't take what is not yours. You're going to deal with it. Like, it's that type of stuff. So it can be very confusing. Intrusive thoughts are going to be a big deal. Let me see. And then we have Neptune in the sky, close to our natal Black Moon Lilith. I have a complimentary video on my YouTube channel about Black Moon Lilith. I'm covered in paint, can't miss it. That's my introduction to Black Moon Lilith and kind of a little bit of our core wound thing, or not, that's more Chiron, but it's kind of like the wild beast, the wild woman or wild man inside of us. We must let that out. These two placements are we conjunct over here? Gosh, oh golly. 22 Virgo and 19 Virgo. So yeah, kind of conjunct by 2 degrees. So our deepest, like Poseidon in the sky, and Neptune is big water energy. It's an outer planet, and it can kind of be like the tidal wave of everything was just taken away from my life, and there's or a tsunami comes through your life and you're just like, what the fuck, Poseidon? And he's like, but you have space for all these healthy activities. So incorporating your Lilith, it seems, my dear, and see how, again, it's at the very, very tippity top of your chart. Incorporating and just saying, I'm sorry, or saying, oh, that was me, that was my role. Or if there are massive things going on, you don't have to take responsibility for the whole. I mean, there's billions of you. You just have to take responsibility for what you actually did. And Uranus, our collective awakening, is in the sign of Gemini in our 6th house of daily life and practical service. Whereas legacy is over here, our public image. Soul purpose is over here in the 12th house, the day-to-day tasks. So this honest to goodness, it's okay if you've had a pivot or two. It's okay if you've done numerous jobs. It's okay. This is an immutable sign that your daily life is transformed numerous times. Numerous times. That's okay. Rebrand quitting. Rebrand it. I love the term pivot, transforming, becoming. Become who you really are. Alrighty, Rooney, what questions do you have for me? I know I put down Pluto and Chiron just because we were chit-chatting and just because they're kind of like in their return spaces, so I would just highlight those. But now we're about to deep dive into where the planets are right now. But what questions? Comment below. Any questions? What pops out at you? What pops out at you? What feels different? What feels like, okay, see how there's so much excitement natally on our relationships and what we do and what we look like. We have deep transformation, and our intuition is all by its lonesome down here. All by its lonesome. All right, let's keep going. So right now, actually, my guides are telling me to go out to in. So Chiron, let's do Pluto, let's do Neptune, because Neptune is going station direct today in the sign of Pisces at 24 degrees. So this is in our 3rd house. Communication. This is interesting. This is an interesting placement. This is family stuff, honest to God. We're going into a holiday time right now, dear. So it's okay if the way that you communicate with your family is really gentle. It's okay for you to be the one that goes first, to just be like, you know what? I don't have a fight in me, dude. I don't really care that you believe something different. It's okay for you to believe something different. A lot of people are scared, dude. A lot of people are really scared. So let him like be the calm one, but the strong one in the midst of, you know, complete and utter chaos. I've given this parable before. You know, we're all in the movie theater and the building catches on fire and there's smoke and the alarms are going off and everybody's freaking the frick out. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to the passive boy in the corner that's like, maybe can you just do that? Oh, did somebody call the police? It's the fire people. Are they coming? Okay. What? Or are they listening to the king that's like, you, shut the fuck up. You, I've already called twice. Give me that other cell phone. You, get the women and children out. You, help the handicap. You, do this. Yes, they're assertive. It's a Saturn in the sky in the same house. It's 1 degree of Pisces right now? 1 degree of Pisces. This is, sometimes you have to say the harsh words. Sometimes we have to say the harsh words, and the harsh words are truth or facts. It's a really hard thing to say, or telling the person in front of you, you cannot control my speech. You cannot tell me the words that I speak. You do not have the prerogative to tell me how to communicate. I am autonomous. I am in control of my thoughts, words, actions, and intentions, and you do not have the right to tell me what to do and what to say, or especially what to say. This is where we learned the boundaries of our communication, early learning. The first time you learned a swear word, did you have siblings? Did you have parents that made sure that you had to stay quiet? What was your upbringing like? Were you the peacekeeper? Were you the fighter? Were you, fawn, like think of fight, flight, and fawn? How did you react in that time period? Because we're dealing with same familiar issues, family issues. Like really the attack on the family unit is biblical. So we're standing in our sovereignty saying, hey, I love you. I don't agree with you. You're entitled to your opinion. You can't force me to say or do anything. But I really love you and you're worthy of love and acceptance, but I'm not going to entertain your psychosis. Definitely not. So now we're looking at Uranus in the sky, which is in the sign of Taurus, retrograde. Ooh. Interesting. This is fascinating. Okay, so Uranus is in the sign of Taurus at 20 degrees, and your 6th house starts at 21 degrees. So the 6th house starts at 21 degrees, so we're sitting right here. Uranus will retrograde a wee bit back into your 5th house of play, creativity, childlike spirits, romance, children, if you want those. This is a fascinating thing. So a lot of us are changing jobs. A lot of people are it's retrograde. I'll turn it over. And a lot of this is the time of the entrepreneur. That has to do with the nodes. We'll do the nodes next. This is really the time for you to be stepping into a very intense transformation. A very intense transformation. Ooh, girl, you're going to have a Uranus return many years. But that's fascinating to me. So get excited. That's like a galactic collective awakening. That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. So this is lightning bolt energy, especially when it's retrograde. It's in the sign of Taurus. It's like it could happen today, tomorrow, never, or in 20 years. We never know. It's literally like deciding where and when a lightning bolt is going to strike. So now is the time. If you're keen to change jobs, if you're keen to even declare it, this is new moon stuff, and the new moon is happening over here. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's like if you are ready for a new everything, like a new image of you, now is the time to declare it and really have your why so solidified, have your purpose, your mission so solidified, and go. If you don't have the actual everyday, well, let me rephrase. So divine masculine, I want to have land, I want to have this, I want to provide, I want to have millions of dollars, I want to protect my family, team, home, and flock, I want all of these things. Ask for what you want in your divine way. Divine feminine, if you are with your partner, if you are with your divine masculine, be manifesting for his business to thrive so you can calm your nervous system and do more in the home and take care of everything within that space and step more into your spirituality, your creative expression, your woo-woo, and your softness, if that is your choice. And divine masculine, if you do not have your divine feminine woman there yet, provide everything that she will need. Continuously look for more abundances so that you can effortlessly, when you find her, take over those responsibilities for her to get her out of her masculine. Because right now, the divine feminine, the divine masculine are all rising together or separately to help each other. But there's still part of the inner female, the divine feminine, that has that fear again, that it'll happen again. And I know you know what I'm saying. If you do not know what I'm saying, please comment below and we'll deep dive into the divine feminine, the divine masculine. But so this is very fascinating to me. I like this. I really like this. It's at right now at 20 degrees, and for the new moon, I don't think it's still going to be, it's going to go to 19 degrees by the new moon. That's very exciting. So this is literally happening right now. US, this is happening right now. I'm very, very excited for you. So now we're going to talk about the nodes, because this is definitely going to be affecting you. And this is why I really have the strong prediction that you're going to be on the main public stage in a different, newer way very soon. So the North Node and the South Node are always in complete opposition of each other, where your natal North Node is in the 8th house, what I'm working into, shared possessions, new, like when you do kind of cite irreconcilable differences and separate from yourself. And then like, what is money? Maybe each district will have its own type of a currency. That's all here. That's all right here. This is natal. This is natal. And right now, the North Node in the sky is at 22 degrees. It's like 22, 23 degrees, and it goes backwards. So that is right here, going into your house of house and home. And then the South Node is in Libra, in the 10th house. Again, this is like we're coming into new home, new safety, new ancestral health and healing. Truly. We don't have to constantly be apologizing for things that our ancestors did and focusing on the negative things that our ancestors did. We need to be focusing on how to be better and how to change that. It's okay if you separate. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, Black Moon Lilith, again, in the sky is in the sign of Virgo in the 9th house. You're going to be having a Lilith return later next year in 2024. That's exciting. There's so many returns coming. So when we have a solar return, it's when the sun is in the same point in the sky where it was where you were born. So you have a birthday. This is when Lilith comes back around to where it was when you were born. Uranus comes back around to where it was when you were born. This is years. This is many years. Pluto, that already happened. We had our Pluto return. This only happens for empires, and it's traditionally the life cycle of an empire. The last time any empire had a Pluto return, it was the end of the Roman Empire. But what I find fascinating is the city that I live in is just celebrating its 400th anniversary. So we in Gloucester have outlived a life cycle of an empire. So there's a reason, biblically, magically, that we're here. Very specific reason. And I love this phrase. I saw it in a meme a while ago, which was like, I'm the soul of the witches, what was it? That some of us are the soul of the witches that you didn't burn, and some of us are the soul of the ones that you did. I was definitely burned at the stake. And so being back around and being able to do this professionally is healing my entire line. Yeah, it's cool. It's so cool. So cool. All right, so let's go to Jupiter. Jupiter is our abundant planet. See how beautiful and big and bustling she is? She's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Luck be a lady tonight. She's retrograde right now at 6 degrees of Taurus, right in the middle of our 5th house. Creativity, joy, play, romance, childlike spirits. A lot of people are finding health and healing in creative expression. In like a lot of artists are being blossomed right now. People are finding new codes that, you know, people are singing and dancing in new and different ways. It's very healing. You know, our bodies, the fashion never forgets. So for people that have been burned, people that have been stabbed, people that have gone through lifetime after lifetime of deceit and treachery, they're feeling that and not really understanding why. But truly, I have to say, just dance, just feel into it. Be like, this isn't happening again. It feels like I'm dying. That's your body remembering. Your body is remembering the past. So now we remember the future and this safety that we're coming into. And the nodes go backwards, whereas everything else goes forwards unless it's retrograde. Okay, what's next? What's next? Let's do Mars, the assertive little guy. How we assert ourselves. And this is a funky dunk placement. So it's at 8 degrees of Sag right now, and it'll be at 13 degrees of Sag for this new moon. So right now it's like, some of us are really, I'm going to say what I want to say, and I don't want to discredit how like biblical this sounds. You're fighting for your soul. You're fighting for your soul. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. I have a little healing on my Instagram page. I'm covered in paint again. And it's to cut ties to music that tries to take your soul away from you. So just be cognizant as you're dancing and singing that, you know, the words are the spells that we speak. And they don't call it spelling for no reason. So even when you're singing, you are manifesting. So be aware of the fact that there's, you know, a lot of manipulation that goes wide. It spreads wide, like a spider web. It goes very, very wide and far. So although you might love some of your favorite artists, are you going to be okay with the fact that they sold their soul and their music does the same thing? Just a thought, just a thought. There's, you know, tons of information about that online. There's tons of information. Like, this is not just my language. Definitely, like the MK Ultra program is one that's, you know, very known. And just be aware. Also be aware of like sad songs that make you feel sadder. If you're feeling sad, dive into the sad songs. But, you know, if you're singing songs about like being poor, being small, being basic, don't do that. You're magical. You're very special. And it's, you know, it can be like the song, like, I was born in a small town. Like that, it's great to have like small town vibes, but like you don't have to stay a big fish in a small pond. You actually can change the world. So never think that you aren't the most magical person on this planet. Truly. Truly. So we have Mercury right now. Mercury in the sky is in Capricorn at 5 degrees, your first house of self. It's going to be going retrograde the day after this new moon. So it'll be station retrograde the day after this new moon. So you can talk about yourself. Like everyone right now in the US wants to talk about themselves. They are the main character. They are just like, it's like me, 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 me. Oh my God, I've been talking so much. What do you think about me? So if you're in the US and you feel like everybody is just very self-focused, it's very true. It's right there. And we'll have a Mercury retrograde in over there. So I would say from now until then, sign something now. Do not sign anything during a Mercury retrograde. Don't make deals. It's going to be going direct on the 1st. So launch that program on the 1st. Like really, like launches on the 1st are going to be very, very prosperous for you. I have a good feeling. So very, very exciting stuff there. Ooh, I skipped over Venus. Didn't mean to do that. That must be a really important placement right now. Venus is at Scorpio, in Scorpio at 2 degrees, and it's going to be going into, all right, so this is huge. Venus is in our house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. Like, truly, I love when I see those reels and those just like little videos. It's like, is everybody else's friend group just talking about buying land and escaping the matrix? Like, yeah, 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 they are. They are. So what are your wishes for the future? Because those wishes, think of your thoughts as a ripple, like a little pebble that you throw into the ocean, and the ocean is completely calm. This is Scorpio energy, so this is fixed negative water energy. This is still waters run deep. So have a wish, make a wish for what you want. What do your community members, what are your top 5 values, and who are the people that you have in your life right now? So top 5 values, top 5 people, overlay them. Do those top 5 people have those top 5 values? If they don't, let them fall through the sifter and leave space for new and healthy community members to be coming in. And this doesn't have to be partner. You know, this placement over here can be bringing in the soulmate, bringing in soul team, but end those contracts, end them. You can't set more places at your table. Let me rephrase. Yeah, there's only so many places at your table. I use 5, I like 5, and it's like more of a personal growth and development, leadership growth and development, like you are the amalgamation of the 5 closest people to you. Pardon me. So you can have more than that if you'd like. I'd say stick with at least 5. And these can be YouTubers, this can be God, this can be someone whose vibration you listen to on a regular basis. And then if you don't have people at the table, make sure that the values match. Let people leave that are unhealthy. Let them leave, because then it leaves space for the healthy people. You can't just you can't get a table extender when it comes to this. You can't. You just can't. All right. So the moon in the sky right now is today, again, the 6th of December, 2023. It's going from Virgo at 29 degrees into Libra at 1 degree. So that's interesting. Literally, regardless of which school we use, that's the moon at the midhaven. So public life is a big thought right now. Legacy. Legacy. The sun in the sky is at 14 degrees, pardon me, of, turn that down. I'm getting used to technology. There we go. So the sun, again, when it transits over your ascendant sign, it's like your second birthday. So normally, July 4th is when we feel really great and it's like, oh, it's my birthday, everything's fine. But right now you get 2 birthdays. If you're Italian, you get 3. But right now, it's all about you. Mars, soul purpose, Mercury in the house of self, the storefront view of your life. So somebody's walking by your life and they see you doing something. What is it that you want people to see? What is the true version of you? What does it look like? What are you doing? Are you knitting? Are you gardening? Are you bossing? Are you a nurse? Are you a mother? Are you a divine masculine being? Are you a business owner? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you in real estate development? What is it that you're doing? Truly. And just like my introductory video for this new moon states, which is either public on the YouTube or it's in the Patreon group, like, this is the long shot. This is the long shot. So today on the 6th, this is where the moon is. And going into the 12th or 13th, depending on, actually, it's for you, we're in the US, so it'll be the 12th, but it doesn't really matter. This is where the new moon is. So from now until then, think about, what is your legacy? What do I actually want for my community, wishes for the future? What do I actually want for my soul purpose? And then we plant the seed. This is when we manifest. You want a home, you want 2. You want an apartment building as well. daily life. It's okay to not want to work. Work is changing. Money is changing. Everything about daily life is changing. Yeah, if time or money were no object, what would you do today? What would you do today? Time or money were absolutely no object. What would you do today? Do that. Or at least a feather of that. An absolute feather. I'm just looking at to see how many changes there'll be. That will be there. Mars will be at 13 degrees of SAG for the new moon. So we'll have Mars, we will have Mercury and the sun and the moon all in the first house. Jupiter will be retrograde 6. I'm just making sure that there's no other placements that change sign at all. Nope, this is it. This is the new moon. So from now until then, Mars will transit over your ascendant sign. So it'll be ending. So end to some karmic patterns right now. Cut people loose, cut ties to them, do the woo-woo, do the ceremony, take a bath, hop timelines. And then once Mars comes into this house over here, this is exciting stuff. This is very, very powerful energies over here. Like, I want you thinking big. It could be a completely different life than what you have right now. Completely different. Completely different. Yeah, when Taurus goes direct, I think it's the 30th of December. When Jupiter goes direct is on the 30th of December, and that will be, Jupiter is going to be transiting, this is your lucky planet, over your house of play, creativity. Also, if you're keen to have children, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. I'm very, very fertile energy over here, but Jupiter is going to be, it'll go into Gemini next year, but this will be, so your luck is about creativity, play, joy, and daily life. See what I mean, baby child? This is awesome. Really powerful stuff. I think that this is going to happen quick for you. I really have a feeling that, yeah, dude, there's something really exciting and powerful coming for you very soon, very shortly. I feel like you're going to be on the main stage coming up soon, and cap season as well is going to be fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah. I'm very, very excited for the next 2 months for you. And the astrology, even for January, is just cuckoo pants quick. So plant seeds for what you do want, something good and beautiful, and just know and expect that it's going to be coming. Please comment your questions below. Let me know what's going on with you and what you're going to be manifesting. Declare it. Claim it. It's yours. Let it be. Multiple streams of income, new forms of currency. Always diversify your portfolio. Always. I don't care how little or how much you have. Diversify. Set yourself up for success. Yeah. I won't talk about the full moon that's going to be coming up in the sign of Cancer. Day after Christmas. Yeah. I see, be your new self now. Relationships will be very seriously ending, and, lots of family units will be, amicably breaking apart. With Venus and Jupiter in the mix, like, it's going to be citing irreconcilable differences. I love you, but I can't love you in a close-up space. I have to love you from afar. So that's around holiday time. So really, what are your values? Who are you? When no one's looking, who are you? That's who you are. When no one's looking, that's who you are. I think that's it. All right. I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye, honey.